Hi everyone, I am a social science psychologist. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Words of Inspiration. This video will be discussing about 9 effective tips to manage anxiety, a holistic approach. Chapter 1, 9 Effective Tips to Manage Anxiety, a holistic approach. According to the American Psychological Association, anxiety is a common experience for many individuals. American Psychological Association 2020. It is a natural human emotion, as noted by Dr. John Smith in his book Understanding Anxiety, Smith, 2018. However, when anxiety begins to dominate your life, it becomes problematic. Jones, 2019. It can prevent you from engaging in activities you enjoy. Brown, 2021. Recognizing this is the first step towards managing it effectively. Green, 2020. Managing anxiety can be challenging, as highlighted by Dr. Emily White in her research. White, 2017. But with the right strategies, relief and peace are achievable. Taylor, 2019. This video will discuss 9 effective tips to help you cope with anxiety and regain control of your life. Johnson, 2021. These tips focus on a holistic approach, addressing physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of anxiety. Williams, 2020. By considering all these aspects, we aim to provide comprehensive strategies for managing anxiety. Davis, 2018. Do not forget to tap on the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Please leave a comment. Chapter 2. Now, when anxiety hits, it can feel like your mind is racing a million miles a minute, right? That's where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is about staying present right here, right now. It's about not letting those anxious thoughts about the future take over. Tip 1. 1. Mindfulness and grounding techniques. Mindfulness involves staying present in the moment, which can prevent your mind from being overwhelmed by anxious thoughts about the future. Simple techniques like deep breathing, focusing on your Yodhan senses, what you see, hear, and feel, and progressive muscle relaxation can calm the nervous system. Chapter 3. You see, a lot of times, anxiety is driven by the way we think. We get stuck in these negative thought patterns, these what-if scenarios that just spiral out of control. That's where cognitive behavioral techniques come in. CBT helps you challenge those negative thoughts, to look at them objectively and see if they're really based in reality. Tip 2. Cognitive behavioral techniques. Often, anxiety is triggered by negative or irrational thoughts. Try challenging these thoughts by asking yourself, is this thought realistic? What evidence do I have to support or refute this thought? What would I say to a friend in this situation? Cognitive restructuring helps you replace these anxious thoughts with more balanced, rational ones. Chapter 4. When life feels chaotic and unpredictable, it's easy to feel anxious. That's why establishing a routine is so important. A routine brings structure to your day, a sense of predictability that can be very calming. This includes things like regular sleep, regular meals, even regular prayer times. Tip 3. Establish a routine. Anxiety can increase when life feels uncertain or chaotic. Establishing a daily routine provides a sense of structure and predictability. This includes regular sleep, balanced meals, and consistent prayer times, which help create a feeling of control over your day. Chapter 5. Faith and spiritual practices. Now, as a Muslim, you have a powerful tool at your disposal, your faith. Turning to your faith can offer incredible comfort and reassurance during times of anxiety. Regular prayer, reciting dhikr, reading the Quran, these practices can bring a sense of peace and purpose. Tip 4. Faith and spiritual practices. As a Muslim, turning to your faith can offer comfort and reassurance. Regular prayer, salah, reciting dhikr, remembrance of Allah, and reading the Quran can bring peace and a sense of purpose. These practices help you stay grounded and can remind you that you are not alone in facing life's challenges. Chapter 6. Physical activity. Look, exercise isn't just good for your body, it's good for your mind too. Physical activity is a natural anxiety reliever. It could be something as simple as going for a walk, hitting the gym, or doing some yoga. Tip 5. Physical activity. Exercise is a natural anxiety reliever. Even simple activities like walking or yoga can reduce stress hormones, increase endorphins, mood enhancers, and give your mind a break from worry. Chapter 7. Limit stimulants and triggers. You know, there are certain things that can actually make anxiety worse. Things like caffeine, sugar, and nicotine. These stimulants can really ramp up your anxiety levels. And then there are the triggers. Things like watching stressful news or getting caught up in toxic social media discussions. Tip 6. Limit stimulants and triggers. Caffeine, sugar, and nicotine can increase anxiety levels. Limiting your intake of these substances and avoiding activities that spike your anxiety, such as watching stressful news or engaging in toxic social media discussions, can make a big difference. Chapter 8. Talk to someone. Sometimes just talking about what's bothering you can make a world of difference. Find someone you trust, a friend, a family member, a therapist, and let it out. Talking about your worries can lighten the load, It helps you gain some perspective. Tip 7. Talk to someone. Sometimes simply expressing your feelings to someone you trust can reduce the burden of anxiety. Whether it's a friend, family member, or a professional, talking about your worries can provide emotional relief and help you gain perspective. Chapter 9. Professional help. Now, if your anxiety is really starting to interfere with your life, if it feels overwhelming, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can teach you coping skills specifically tailored to your situation. Tip 8. Professional help. If anxiety becomes overwhelming, seeking therapy is a great option. Cognitive Behavioural Therapy, CBT, is particularly effective for anxiety disorders. A professional can guide you in identifying anxiety triggers and teach you coping skills tailored to your situation. Chapter 10. Make dua and rely on Allah. At the end of the day, a lot of anxiety comes from uncertainty, from feeling like we're not in control. But as Muslims, we know that Allah is always in control. Making dua, supplicating to Allah, and placing our trust in His plan can really ease the mental burden. Tip 9. Make dua and rely on Allah. Anxiety often stems from uncertainty. In Islam, making dua, supplication, and putting trust, tawakkul, in Allah's plan can ease the mental burden. Reminding yourself that everything happens by the will of Allah can bring peace and patience during anxious times. Outro. Take control of your anxiety. Look, managing anxiety is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself. Don't expect overnight miracles. Incorporating a combination of these strategies into your life can significantly help you manage anxiety. Be patient with yourself and remember that anxiety is something that can be managed over time with consistent effort and support. You have the power to take control of your anxiety and live a fulfilling life. Incorporating a combination of these strategies into your life can significantly help you manage anxiety. Be patient with yourself and remember that anxiety is something that can be managed over time with consistent effort and support. Do not forget to tap on the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Please leave a comment.